your Mild Mannered Mage, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Boxes. And today we have something kind of fun for you. Wizards of the Coast is always trying something new, and, several years ago they started bringing us Secret Lair, and have just really been inundating us with these Secret Lairs. And as the professor at Tolarian Community College likes to say, new Secret Lair alert, new Secret Lair alert, new Secret Lair alert. Well, now Wizards has come up with a variation on the Secret Lair, and that is the Chaos Vault. And they have released their first card set from the Chaos Vault, and that is the Fairest Drop of them all. And with this release, what they're doing is they're taking a Secret Lair and they're kind of turning it on its head and seeing what new can they do with it. So, for instance, with this first release from the Chaos Vault, we had the Fairest Drop of them all. It is 4 cards. Hopefully we'll still get that 5th bonus card. It's only available in foil. The base price of it is $39.99, but it is on sale for $24.99. So that in and of itself I think is pretty good. And you are only limited to 1 per customer. So you can only order 1 of these, which I think, in terms of being able to get the sets that you want from the Secret Lairs, like, for example, the Marvel, which how many of us were screwed out of those by people jumping in line, not people ordering so many of them. I mean, I know I was in line for 4 hours and was not able to get any of those Secret Lairs. So they have this now where they're trying some new things. So I was very intrigued to give it a shot. So I went ahead and I ordered the Fairest Drop of them all, which I think is kind of an interesting nomenclature for this drop, as they are trying to make it a little more fair by only having it 1 per customer, or 1 per login. I guess if you have multiple logins, you can, get multiple, but that's neither here nor there for me to figure out how they're going to try to limit that for their customer base. But I'm very excited by the cards. I'm very excited by the art. It's very beautiful, and the styling on it is fantastic. And and it's a return to we've got some low value cards, some mid-level card, and then like a super high value card, or at least in my personal opinion. And we'll see what y'all think once we get cracking into this set. So when we get back from the break, and it'll just be a quick little break, we will be breaking into the Fairest Drop of them all. Hang tight, and we'll see you in a minute. And we are back with this episode of Breaking Boxes. I'm Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, and we are here with the Fairest Drop of them all, and I'm very excited to be breaking into this Secret Lair. And just as a reminder, don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, and just in appreciation for y'all hanging out with me today, here are a couple of MTG Arena codes. Feel free to snag those and use them at your leisure. Again, don't forget to hit that bell that makes the rings so that you can know when the next video drops. Alright, so as we are here to see some cards, let's see what we got in this set. And again, this is a 4 card set, so not a whole lot in it, and hopefully we will still see that 5th Secret Lair card and get something really good. We've got our thank you card, and then here are the cards. Nothing else in there that I can see. We will stick this back in here. And And here are the cards. And let's see what we got. I always hate this part. Especially, yeah, there we go. They're so hard to get into, and I don't want to mess them up. Alright. So first up, we have Estrid's Invocation. And the thing that I really like about this set is they look like books. And I'm a big bibliophile. I have my own personal library of books that I love. So Estrid's Invocation, 2 and a blue for an enchantment. You may have Estrid's Invocation, and it's two-sided as well, which I think is really neat. You may have Estrid's Invocation enter the battlefield as a copy of an enchantment you control, except it has, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Purely enchanting, the magic will linger long after you've reached the end. Talon the Kindly Lord. Now this is kind of a fun, it came out in one of the original, this was a couple years ago, it was a multicolor Planeswalker commander decks. Estrid was the commander for it. She was a Bant color Planeswalker. And when did this come out? It was 2018. And when Estrid's Invocation came out, it was originally or actually the price at it now is in foil. Is there a foil version? I'm looking at my my notes here just to see if there is a foil version. Okay. So the closest that I have is a Modern Horizons 3 reprint of Estrid's Invocation, and the value on this is about $1.91, and it's only gone up about 60 cents. The original 2018 printing was $1.30 something. But this is just gorgeous art, gorgeous. And if we look at what the value of this secret lair is at now, well, the value of Estrid's Invocation hasn't been released, so it's showing a big NA on TCG Player. But when we start looking at the other cards that are in this set, I think you're going to see some interesting values on it. So let's look at the next one. Steely Resolve. Another enchantment. Green and 1. And this one says, as Steely Resolve enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type have Shroud, so they can't be targeted by you or your opponents. An expiring story filled with heroic creatures joining forces to combat a common enemy. What's not to like? This tale made me want to don my coat, grab a long sword, and head out in search of an adventurer. Elevere of the Wild Court. That is a must, really, for any tribal deck. Originally printed in Onslaught, the value for that in foil is $63.62. So really, for your, your people that are just there to game and have fun, not your hardcore gamers, that's kind of out of reach. But with this reprint, this brings it down to a much more attainable $7.90. So that makes it easier to get a hold of. And to get all of these for $25, I think is really good. But this, being able to make... Now, the bad thing is you can't attach any equipment if your stuff has Shroud. You can't cast instants on any of your creatures. But, just making it so that your stuff can't be targeted by your opponents, though, is a big, big plus. Next up, we have Estrid... And I'm trying not to get the bonus card away. Here we go. Estrid the Masked. And this is the Planeswalker that goes with Estrid's Invocation. Legendary Planeswalker comes in with 3 loyalty counters, and she is Bant and 1, so green, white, and blue and 1. Plus 2, untap each enchanted permanent you control. -1, create a white aura enchantment token named Mask attached to another target permanent. This token has enchanted permanent, and Umbra armor. -7, nil 7 cards. Return all non-aura enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then do the same for all aura cards. So that is great in and of itself. And again, the art on this is just fantastic. Beautiful. Originally from 2018, the original cost on Estrid, we're looking at about $1.17 in foil. And then with this reprint, we're at $7.31. And then our last card from this is Tuvasa the Sunlit. Legendary creature, Merfolk Shaman, Bant, green, white, and blue for a 1/1. Tuvasa the Sunlit gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Whenever you cast your first enchantment spell each turn, draw a card. So running tribal enchantments works good with all 3 of these cards. And again, just stunning artwork. Came in the original Estrid, the Masked deck. And Tuvasa is the one that I find is the most surprising. From the 2018 Commander deck, priced at $354. This reprint right now is sitting at $28.22. So we're getting some fantastic value out of this one. Remember, we paid $25 for this set in and of itself. Alright, and then lastly, our bonus card, Viridian Shaman, green and 2. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. So let's check that out real quick. Viridian Shaman. Well, if I could spell, or if not if I could spell, but if spell check didn't mess me up. Am I spelling that right? Oh, I am spelling it wrong. Alright, originally for 14-ish cents, yep. And showing at 43 cents right now for the Secret Lair. Alright, so there we have it. Well, yep, in foil originally 16 cents, and then this reprint is sitting at 43 cents. So that's pretty good for it to come in and be able to give you a 2/2 body and to destroy target artifact. But overall, I'm very pleased with the artwork on all 4 of these. I wish this was a little bit better art. You know, something a little bit more on theme. But all 4 of these, from the Fairest Drop of them all, I think is fantastic. And I can't wait to be able to play with these and use them in a deck. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on this first release from the Chaos Vault? What are your thoughts on these cards? I'm really interested in this Steely Resolve. We're seeing a massive drop in value and then this massive increase in the Tuvasa. So what are y'all's thoughts on that? In the meantime, I'm Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage. Thanks for hanging out with me as we open up this Secret Lair Chaos Vault. Once again, here is another code. Get that to show up for us real quick. Don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe, like this video, follow the channel so you know that when the next videos drop. In the meantime, I'm Seth, your Mild Mannered Mage, wishing everybody happy magicking. We'll see you next time.